Okay, we'll go live in 20 seconds. Welcome to Metaphysical Meanderings with Master Psychic Lana Duncan Hartgraves. Lana has been a Master Psychic for 25 plus years and has the gifts of clairaudience, clairsentience, clairvoyance. She's just a great medium. It's amazing. Today, we're going to cover odds and ends. Welcome back.
Hey, how's it going, everybody? Okay, here we go, guys. Sorry. So you guys know what's going is I've odds and ends because I have a couple of things to talk about because I've had a couple of things. What I do is when I talk to, I probably read for 15 to 20 people at least I average about 15 to 20 reads a week. And then I'm also doing these yearlies. And so if you guys want to book them, I'm still booking them. I take a whole day for you, the whole day. And I give you 12 monthly readings. And then I also give you your numerology, a little bit of an astrology look at what's going on for you and your own personal number. So, I'm catching up. I've only got 2 left. But this week is my last week. I'm retiring. And by the way, I've got a bunch of kids upset. You don't realize that, I was there 6 years, but you don't realize until the parents call because their kids are upset that I'm leaving. And I have to, you guys know me. I'm doing, I've got a family member with Alzheimer's and I'm going to be helping do some caregiving, but I'm still going to be, the school district offered me to go homebound. So I'm like, well, I can do that 2 days a week because I'm going to be really busy with this. Okay. So, thank you about loving my necklace. I made this myself. I got this as appetites. It's like you guys don't know what appetite is, but okay. So hi Jen. I've got 3 things going. I've got all these. I got 4 screens in front of me right now. So if you guys think that like it's crazy, so
she looks like a weather lady.
I do because I'm doing back and forth, back and forth. Okay, so anyway, what I wanted to cover is some help, some stuff for you. Okay, this is what my podcast is for. It's things for you. Okay, so that you understand what's going on. Now, like I said, this is my last week and my kids are all upset and I'm going through the dark night of the soul in my head because this is teaching's all I've known. Even though I'm teaching you now, even though I'm offering a class, by the way, if you want my class, it's maneuvering your spiritual awakening. If you go on enchantedsky.com, you can see the link and you can book it. There's only a limit of 30 people, especially when I got like 1 million people watching me. So if you want to do that, I kept it cheap. It's $45.
Oh,
and
awesome.
I also give you tools. You're actually going to get some papers and things like that with that. Okay, you guys, so that you guys know. But did it on a Saturday, like at 1 or 2. I wasn't sure. I'm going to see if you guys don't like it. I also have the possibility of Wednesdays. I'm also going to be offering kind of like a mentoring groups,
Cool.
and and you can just check in with me on maybe like on Wednesdays, Thursdays, something like that. Because I do have, I took all my people off Patreon. I'm going to be very vocal about this. Patreon sucks. Patreon does not, you have to pay all this extra fees to get on some of their services, and they're ripping me off. They take 35%. And so I'm off, and all those people, and they'll get, once you know me well, I put you on my speed dial. And so I actually literally just email them and say, hey, I'm meeting on Wednesday. It's $5. and you can check in with me. You
That's
can
cool.
talk about other things. I call it the psychic circle. So if you guys are interested in that, let me know. All right. Because it's actually seeing very, very, beneficial, I think. And I'm not charging a lot because I got very angry because when you think about how much they're making off of me, that is what I'm going to. Matter of fact, I was just talking to, Kent here. There is a person on TikTok who must have been watching my podcasts because he is on TikTok trying to get famous by saying, well, all these psychics said this. And he said exactly, I mean, almost verbatim what I said.
Right.
And he is one of my friends. And I'm sorry, I'm calling you out because I'm like, I guess I don't care. I guess imitation is like a form of
flattery.
Flattery.
Yep.
But I was like, really? And he's like, well, I checked with other psychics and they said the same thing. I said, well, collectively, yeah, probably. But to let you guys know.
What does that tell you?
Yeah, exactly. And well, I do want to say one thing. Remember, this is all odds and ends today. That everybody says that the country's going to fall apart between 2025 and 2030. I say no. What I say, there's a dramatic change and shift of energy, and it's positive. It has to be. It's the age of Aquarius. It's all about love, and I know that we're in the process. Do you see it? I'm starting to see it. Some of the laws already are starting to shift a little. You watching? I want you guys to watch because okay. Remember the pharmaceutical guy that had an AIDS drug and it was $12 and he put it up to $750. Remember that about 10 years ago?
Yeah.
He just got sentenced to a whole bunch of terms in prison for fraud. And it's stuff like that. But like I said, our country is not going to be like it is. It is going to make a complete change and shift in a positive. It's very hard to hear me is what they're saying. Ooh. See what I'm saying? I wonder if this isn't working.
Tune in to 21.6 The Net or jump over
21.6 The Net.
Here's a great thing too.
My microphone's muffled.
See, the great thing too is go out to YouTube. Go to Lana's Enchanted Sky on YouTube. Okay. Like, subscribe, and you'll always get alerted.
You know what? Hold on. Maybe it's low. It needed to be charged. Maybe. But sorry, you guys. I lost my lavalier. And I have a really, really good mic, and I don't know what to do with it.
I think it's your father-in-law.
I don't know. It's just gone. And so I'm in a different mic.
Didn't he always take your keys,
so I apologize to everybody. Okay. Is that any better? I turned it back on. I don't know. We'll see if it's any better. Is that better? Because yesterday they said that they heard me fine.
Yep.
So anyway, I'm sorry. Yeah, sorry. Yes, it's better. Thank you. I returned it on. I'm in the process. I can't find my lavalier, and we all know lavaliers are very expensive. I've got a very nice mic, and it's just gone from here last week to my Jeep. It's just gone, and yeah, you're right. Maybe it's him playing because I get a lot of playing. People do that a lot with me.
That's it.
Anyway, I want to tell you guys that there's a lot of positivity coming, and that the U.S. Constitution is going to be amended and rewritten. I'm telling you, I'm right. It has to be to make amends for all the crappy stuff that has happened. And I'm telling you, it's not bad. And I see, I'll tell you, I honestly, I watch other people on TikTok too. I don't know why they have to be so negative. Because out of all negativity comes positivity, and all positivity, you know what I'm saying? By finding out something that bad happens, positivity comes out of it.
Right.
And I want you guys to understand that I'm not being all sunshine and roses. I'm a very real person. Yep. Like when it comes to being real, like I'm kind of I'm a realist more so than an optimist. I think.
Yes.
That I'm real, and if something isn't going to happen, I will say right to your face, that ain't happening, hon. You know what I mean? So, but I do want to say that we are in a huge shift, and it is started, and it is going in a positive way. You're going to see people start being nicer to each other, all kinds of different things. And because it has to do with Jupiter in Pisces, if you guys don't know what I'm meaning, remember I told you there's odds and ends today? Jupiter is in Pisces. Now, so that you understand, it's very watery, very, very emotional. Mm. And what I want you guys to do is when you get a chance, what you need to do, hi guys, is to go on to cafeastrology.com. God, they should be paying me because I just put so many people over there to them. But anyway, so what happens is if you go in there and you put your birth date, birth time, all of that stuff, you go in there and hit that, you will find out where your Pisces sits. Now, Jupiter is a very expansive and one of the biggest planets, and it's one of the most lucky. Everything's very fortunate. And it started around December, towards the end of the December, and it's supposed to go to May. So what you guys need to do is to take a look and see where your Pisces sits in what house. So what you do is after you get the Catholic astrology, you look it up, and it'll be 1 to 12, and it'll be Roman numerals. Those are your houses. And that is where it's affecting you. Look to see where Pisces is. Now, here's another thing. With your Sagittarius, there's got to be there's not everybody has a Sagittarius in every house, but there should be like some type. But look there also, because Jupiter rules Sagittarius. So even though with Pluto's a very negative planet because it's ruled by Mars. It's kind of a type of planet. It still can't affect it because it's a smaller planet. And we're talking Jupiter. This is a big deal because I'm going to tell you, I was the biggest skeptic in the world, you guys. Everything. Yeah, if you're a sun and moon or rising, by the way, in your Sag anywhere, or Pisces, it's huge for you. Look at me. I retired right in the middle of all of this going on. I tell you I got $4,000. You guys, I had a bill for a medical bill, right? And it in December of this year, I went to make payment and they go, well, there's nothing to pay. And I'm like, what do you mean? I got $4,300 I'm owed. I'm paying $100 a month. The hospital picks so many people and they just up and paid my bill. So I'm like, that's what I'm saying. There's just luck involved in all of this. And I'm telling you, if you are a Sag anywhere, a Pisces anywhere, and look in your houses, because also my Pisces and my Sag sit in my house of career. And so I've just retired and now I'm starting this. And it sits in my house of spirituality, which is this. So see what I'm telling you, that there's accuracy to this. So look it all up, okay, you guys, because it's true. All right. So by saying that, I'm going to talk to you a little bit about a couple of things. And then, yes, I'm going to take some. I just saw, did you just see it? Watch again. Watch the screen. I think I just saw an orb behind me. We get them a lot. Yeah, I did. I get orbs a lot, you guys. It's probably Pete. I have orbs. Like if you look at some of my videos, please play them back. Especially there's certain ones that I will say, wow, look at the orb. They literally come up in front of me, behind me, around me. And when we blow them up, they look like, I don't know, kind of like little flying things of like, I guess they're angels. I don't know. But they do this. And I'm not the only human being in the world that they do this to, because I've seen other people too online. But I think that they're trying to tell you very nicely that, yes, I'm on the up and up. I will not charge to cast spells because I don't believe in it. I try to keep my prices cheap. I have to make them living because I have horses to feed.
Affordable, not cheap, affordable.
Yes, affordable. There you go. Okay. So anyway, but so what I'm also telling you guys also is you're okay. I've got somebody who's got a Sagittarius rising. You are extremely lucky. I am dead serious, you guys. Go see what you can do. Go play the lotto. I've been told like a million times to go play the lotto. So I've been just grabbing cards, and I haven't won anything huge yet. But it's just kind of funny because I $4,000, and I'm like, and I'm thinking like, and it's now until May, and what it does is it stops it and it comes back and it goes direct again. So this whole year, you guys, all right, is. Let's see. I got somebody to block. Hold on 1 second, please, you guys. I got to block somebody. There. Sorry, guys. I had to block somebody. Somebody was being obnoxious. So I do get those on occasion. So anyway, with that said, I'm just thought to let you know. I also have a couple of other things to say. One is about Reiki. Now, I had somebody that I suggest if you have ever had a Reiki, it works. It's a healing, and you really need it. You could, if you want to really, really grow. If you really want to grow, okay, what you need to do is be looking at Reiki, okay, and getting trained in it. You can take it from somebody. You can take it online. I don't know. I've never taken it online. It does work. Yes, Lily, it does work. really does work. And I want to tell you that when you are also a practitioner, you can do it on yourself. Now, everybody's like, well, how does that work? You can heal yourself. I'm going to tell you it works. And it also works on animals and plants, especially if you're already a healer and you're probably a person that's really really good with plants and animals. Healers just are, it's natural. Or even kids, all it seems like all those go together. It's kind of like the sun card on the the sun card in the tarot deck is got a little child riding a white horse, and it's got sunflowers all over it. It's because that card represents that, and it's like a healing type thing.
Okay.
But you guys, you can heal yourselves. And I'm telling you, and I'm not saying to not go to the doctor. But I'm saying in many ways that by going and getting Reiki trained, you can heal yourself. Okay. So just to let you guys know. All right. With that said, like I said, this is kind of odds and ends. Okay. So I'm not taking any live people to go online because I've had a couple of people that were not very nice. So I'm at a point where I am really like kind of blocking some people. But anyway, so what I'm going to do is we're going to talk a little bit more about that. I'm also going to talk a little bit about the Pisces thing yet and the age of Aquarius, because the age of Aquarius is what's bringing all of this in. It's coming crashing in, if you guys don't know. And it's positive energy, though. I just want to say that. I mean, I don't know. Do you see any changes? Because I already do. Do you? I already do.
Yeah, I think there's a lot of good changes. I think people are being more patient with people and accepting. Is that a good way to say it?
Yes.
Accepting.
You know what? Somebody says it's Mercury in retrograde. Yes, it is. You have any trouble? Do you know that it started last week, right?
That's right.
Now, for me, for Mercury, that was something else I was going to get to today. Because Mercury in retrograde's in Aquarius, and it's going from Capricorn to Aquarius. So, anyway, back to what we're doing. People are starting to be a little nicer to each other, a little bit more patient. Remember, I told you that I said on one of my predictions from last week or the week before was that people would be reaching over the aisle. The Democrats and Republicans are going to get together, and we are all tired of all of this. They've split us, but it's not going to stay. And you know what I mean when I say they. You know what I mean when I say they. Okay. That's exactly, there we go. Sorry, guys, I got 4 screens on me right now. So if I'm going back and forth, it's because I'm looking at all 4 screens. So anyway, with that said, time feels slow this year. That has to do with Mercury in retrograde right now. Mercury in retrograde started 13th, 14th, something like that. Anyway, it's in Aquarius. So it's going to be extra hard on communication, because it's in Aquarius. Now, if it goes from, it's one of those weird ones where it goes from Capricorn to Aquarius. So I'm a Capricorn rising. I should have either a really, really good Mercury in retrograde or a really, really bad Mercury in retrograde. It's almost like it's one or the other. There's no in between. So if a Mercury in retrograde happens in your sign, you need to figure out if it's a good one or a really bad one. The best Mercury in retrograde I ever had was when it was in Sagittarius. That's my sun sign. Okay. So do I teach Reiki? No, I do not. I need to get probably certified. I have Reiki 2, which I'm a practitioner. And I'm going to be honest with you. I don't do Reiki. I do like my own thing. And I didn't realize I did. And it's almost like, because some people do their own thing. I know I have a lot of shaman healers that I deal with, and they do traditionally what they've learned. I kind of don't know what I would call what I do, but like, I make people feel better. I don't know.
There you go.
Like, no, really. I mean, it's like an emotional healing. People like just to be around me, and that's why they like coming in my classroom, in my art classroom, because it's almost, they said it's a vibe. That's what one of my kids said. We hope that this new teacher has your vibe. And I went, what do you mean? And I go, it's an aura. And one of them said, it's just so much energy. And one of the kids says, well, it's not like you're moving around 100 million miles an hour in the classroom. I'm like, no, but there's a vibe that I give off. So One of my friends says, you look good. I think I look good in these colors because I noticed that when I on certain
Tie-dye.
colors that I'm wearing, my
Yep.
well, I'm a winter, so I look good
I'm a
in
spring.
yeah, I are you? I my icy colors are my really bright colors I look good in.
There you go.
So yeah, it has to be like certain
Pastel. I'm a
shades.
pastel
So
guy.
yeah. Okay.
Panta says it'll be a really, really good Mercury retrograde for you.
Good. Yeah, I think it's so. I think it is because,
Yeah.
like I said, it's from Capricorn to Aquarius. Do not think that, or do not question if someone gets an argument with you or it's something of that nature, because it'll pass because it's just temporary. But if you're going to have fight arguments, lots of emails. I just had a person I read for this morning before I come here. I read for people before I come. And she's like, oh, my boss just sent me this really crappy email and blah blah. And I'm like, well, it's Mercury in retrograde and it's gonna pass. And they're like, well, how do you know? I said, because it always does. It's Mercury in retrograde. Right. So she's like, are you sure? I'm like, yeah, because you're getting a new job anyway. And I told her that, So, and like I said, these people come to me before I even start your reading. So I read, I do not need cards. I want you to know I do not need cards. I never have. I've never have needed cards because I've been doing this for so long. Okay. All right. Oh, Panta says, yeah, I make people feel calm. And like I adjust their energy. I don't know what it's just everybody's got their talent.
And
I'm not talented at everything. I'm not.
And she said, I'm a stress chick, but when I talked to you, I was very calm and I was surprised myself.
Oh, good. Yeah, hi, Panta. Yeah, some of you guys, and by the way, I do not belong to Patreon anymore. I was just telling and yeah, I'm calling them out. So make sure you guys like I said, I will be sending out, if you've had a reading, I'll be sending out emails where you can find links. And for $5, you can like get on one of my classes. Mm-hmm. I like to limit them. I don't like them more than like 20 people because then I don't have enough one-on-one. So, okay.
Welcome in, Ida.
Okay. So,
well, yeah, the amazing thing about you, Lana, is that you're not in it for yourself. You're in it to help people. Yes. You're in it to help people uncover their own abilities that they have.
Yes.
That they maybe have not explored. Right.
Yes. Yeah. And I have to be in service. I notice that when I take a selfish turn about anything, it never works. It never works. So
do you have a link for that?
Do you have a link on my YouTube page or a link for my okay. For any of my classes?
Yeah.
If you go on to I should have gave you a link, shouldn't I? I could do it. We don't have the class. If you go to enchantedsky.com
yep.
and go to Enchanted Sky University at the top, the class is there. The link is there, and then you can sign up. Okay. All right, you guys. When is your classes? I'm freezing up a little. My first class is gonna be the 10th of February
at 3 p.m.
And it's like at an odd time because I wanted to make sure all of people across the United States and Canada, because that's 90% of my clients, probably about 25% in Canada, could get everything. And then also that is it's kind of an odd time, but I'm thinking of offering my people from England and the Netherlands, New Zealand another time, which would be, I know this is crazy, be in the morning, in the middle of the morning, like 3 o'clock in the morning, because then they can get in also. So don't worry, I'm going to offer more. It's my first time I've done this. It's called Get Clatch. It's a new platform for people who have to be, hi guys, they have to be an expert in their field to be invited. And she grilled me. Trust me. I actually did a reading for her and she grilled me. She goes, oh yeah. She goes, I did research on you too. You know what you're doing. And I'm like, thank you. I was kind of like surprised because she really asked lots and lots and lots of questions. So, but Get Clatch. And so Enchanted Sky University, www.enchantedsky.com. And then go to, and at the top, it's going to say Enchanted Sky University, and it's right there. That's the link. We'll have the link ready because we aren't going to have the class yet for 3 weeks. Mm-hmm. So I will be supplying it. I just got it downloaded onto my website. I'm pretty techno savvy, but I'm slow because I've been doing a lot of personal readings. And like I said, those take all day. I mean, I'm not kidding you. It takes all day because I have to make 12 5-minute readings. Plus I have to do a summary. Plus I have to do all your personal numbers and some of your astrology. So yeah, it takes a while. Anyway, with that said, make sure if you can look into, there's other places you can go also. Now, I know that you can get trained online for Reiki, and I don't know how that works, if it works. Now, I can read online for you, so I don't see why that wouldn't work.
Yeah, training. Yeah.
You know, but
how much is your course?
$45 for an
45.
hour.
Yep.
And I will give you, and what it is about is the different stages of a spiritual awakening. Because right now, and you go back and forth and back and forth and back and forth, but I compare the stages of a spiritual awakening to the stages of grief.
Sure.
Because you're grieving about your old self. You're grieving about all the time you wasted worrying. You're grieving about all the crappy things people did to you and why you put up with it. So in a way, it's almost like that same type of process.
Yeah.
So that, and I'm getting my PhD. So I'm playing. I know he keeps shaking his head at me. Hey, you know what? It'll take me a year. I can go as fast or as slow as I want.
I love it. The doctor psychic medium.
Well, you know what? I feel it'll give me more credibility.
Sure.
Because
I don't know why you need it, but okay.
I you know why? Now, you know that I hyphenate my name, Duncan Hartgraves. There's a reason. Dr. Duncan Hartgraves sounds good together.
It does.
So
Alexandra says 45. That's it. What a steal. You are too good to us, Lana.
Oh, thank you. 45. Well, if there's 30 people involved, I figure I don't. Yes, we have to have an exchange of energy. Now, right. I'm going to note, there's a lot of psychics listening on TikTok listening to me. Mm-hmm. I've got I'm up to about 16,000 people. And I would say about half of them are psychics also. Because I yelled at everybody, you can't not charge. There has to be an exchange of energy. What you're doing is creating karmic debt. And you don't want to do that. Not only that, if you guys have not heard about what compassion fatigue is, like it's something that it's very, very real because I've gone through it and I do go through it. I'm still going through it. But what it is you give and give and give and you can't anymore. You just can't anymore. And so what happens is that you end up getting so angry, frustrated, blah, 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 that you're not out. You can't do it anymore. And that's where the balance comes in. So if you're paying that, there's a balance with money. Money is energy. So that you guys understand that. All right. And it's okay. But I just want you to understand that there's got to be some type of exchange. Now, I've had stuff where I haven't charged. And you know what? I'm seeing my Instagram is very fuzzy. I don't know why. Anyway, the charging part I keep low, but I've had people donate stuff to causes. I've had people do that too. Or can you please pay for somebody in the Starbucks line? Which is funny because this is what's so funny. So don't think anything's an accident, you guys. Everything's on purpose. Mm-hmm. But I'm going to tell you something. I did that one night about 4 nights ago, and every morning since, someone's been paying for my coffee. So somebody, it's catchy. And so I paid for somebody and somebody else. You know what I did is I did tip my baristas. The baristas aren't making enough. I'm always on people's cases, giving them big tips because we're not getting paid what we are worth. So, with that said, I don't know what else to say about it, but, like I said, hit me up. I'm on, Enchanted Sky University. My research is based on the spiritual awakening and the stages. That's what I'm basing my PhD on. Now I have to start over, I have to start over with my bachelor's again in it, even though I've got 2 bachelors and 2 masters. No, I got 3 bachelors, 2 masters.
Yeah.
Now if you guys are a Sag, now you know what else I have really, really fast, because I'm going to take questions in a minute. Is what I find so funny about the whole thing is that there's a pattern of people who watch me. You are usually a Sagittarius, like myself. You're a Cancer in some way, shape, or form, which is interesting because I'm a Capricorn rising. So your opposite is me. I'm a rising Cap, or Capricorn. Or what was the other one? We were laughing because it was like everybody watching me is just very, Capricorn is a lot. There's quite a few Capricorns, Sagittarius, Cancers. What was the other one? Gemini. I gotta look that. I gotta look back. I can't. No, Virgo. I think it's Virgo. But I just find it interesting that 90% of you, and I ask you for your birthday or your sign, and I can usually pick your signs out. By the way, once I know you, I know, and I talk to you for about 20 minutes. I'll say, oh, you feel like an Earth sign, right? And oh yeah, I'm Taurus. I'm like, yeah, because I hear your intentions. I get it. So that's why I keep saying there's something to this whole. 5 years ago I would have been like, I don't know if I believe in astrology. I mean, yeah, it's kind of true, but blah blah. But no, the more you study and the more you know, the more you understand how real it really is. Okay. Good. Yep. See a Pisces, Capricorn, Virgo. See all the people on here. Oh, I have a Scorpio, but you know what, Scorpio, you're very mutable. Scorpio is a mutable sign, and I bet you probably have something in your moon or rising. Remember, always do your sun, your moon, and your rising. They're extreme. All three are extremely important. Okay. About that time.
We are right
Yeah,
there. Yes,
it's that
ma'am.
time.
This is the time where here on Metaphysical Meanderings, you
Yes.
can ask questions, very specific questions.
Very specific.
Please, as she said, we've probably got upwards towards 1 million people
I do.
tuned in
Got
here
about a
between
million
all
people watching.
platforms. So you have to be very, very specific. Give her a question and she will take care of it. So.
Okay, so I'm gonna start taking a couple questions here and there. Start asking. You're fine with me. I do have 4 screens, so I'm going back and
That's
forth,
right.
back and forth, back and
All
forth.
right.
Okay, Scott.
Anne's got one. Says,
Sure.
Lana, do you see my daughter getting a higher score, 510 or higher, on a medical school admission test this year? Will she ever get admitted to the med school, or is it a waste of time?
I want to say Anna.
Her name is Elena.
Elena.
Is their daughter.
She might be going a slightly different route in medicine. I don't know if it's doctor, if it's practitioner, it's nurse, it's something to do with radiation, something. There's some other thing that she's going to, but I want to say even if she passes, and I think she get by 1 point. I mean, if she passes, it'll be really super close. But I still think that she's going to do something different with it. Okay, so just to let you know, but it's something in medical, but it's something else. It's something else. Okay.
Yep. Okay. All right. Oh Dear Design says,
okay.
Do you see a small farm rescue for me?
Yes, but you have to get all the paperwork, everything filled out first. The what is that? 503? What is that?
501c3.
501cs. Everything out filled out first, and then look, because I feel like the land or whatever you need will fall into your lap because you are already registered. Okay, so I'm gonna take a couple off of TikTok here. When is a good time for me to buy a house? Before May or June? I'm telling you, there's a crash. I still say it. I know that my producer is in finance and he's in the housing market. I still say something is up, and I don't. It's so strong, you guys. And I thought it's just me. And I've talked to other friends who are also psychic, and they say the same thing. There's something up. And I'm not necessarily saying it's bad, but I want to say the prices are either going to level out. Something. There's something. Okay. So before June. And I am trying to buy my own kids a house, so I get it.
Awesome. Christopher says, will I get on the cast of Crave here in Austin?
You get on the cast of Crave. You have to be more specific. The cast of Crave.
So it must be a show.
That must be a show? Mm-hmm. I don't think so. I think you've got another opportunity coming, though. Keep looking. There's something else. I don't know. It's that one. It doesn't seem like it. It seems something else. Okay. All right. Will my daughter Julia play soccer in college? Yes, for a while. I want to say I don't think it's forever. I think she's better. Is she better in other sports? I want to say she's better than in soccer, but there's something else she's very good at and she's very into. So, okay. All right. Go ahead. What we got?
PT Chris 1 says, Hi, Lana. There have been some weird people being caught on my security cameras. Is my house being watched or people planning to break in?
Yes. I want you. This is what I want you. Okay, this is not coming from me. This is coming from a dark-haired man, really thick dark hair. I want to say that he went bald as he aged, but about 6 foot. It's somebody to do with you. Light-colored eyes, dark hair though. And it's thick. It's kind of an odd. Anyway, he's telling me that you need to completely overhaul that system. That you need to put in more cameras, and you need to upgrade or something your computer system or something, and put a make sure you've got one at your door. I don't know. Maybe it needs to be upgraded, but yes, there are some people like watching. They're watching for see when you're gone. So I want you to be careful. All right. I normally don't say negative stuff like that, but I want you to be careful. And that did not come from me. That was channeled. Okay. All right.
All right.
All right. So I'm looking at all of my, I think I know why it's blurry on Instagram, you guys. I can see why. Okay. Sometimes I've got small filters on some of these. We were laughing this morning because my camera here on my iPad, right now I just bought $2,400 iPad, you guys. I kid you not, because I've got so much data going back and forth. It was tax deductible, whatever. And it's got 2 terabytes, but it was blurry this morning. And finally Kent goes, maybe the camera's like smudged. And sure enough, it was like, I felt stupid. I'm like, duh.
That's what I'm here for. Jen Krejci, good morning, says, what subject do you see my daughter excelling at? We're picking classes for school.
What do you see her? I feel like it's anything where there's detail. So like I want to say in the sciences, something where there's lots of detail, lots of little bitty, like she's very thorough. Like she'd be a great, like to do a bug collection, like where it's really, really detailed. It's something like that. I think that she would be great in something like where there's chemistry, or there's something where of detail. Okay. Not to mention that she would be great in the arts. Like if she were like sewing, or because she's great with fine details. Okay. All right.
All right.
Okay, let's see. Let's get a couple more questions. Should I continue to research and reach out to my father's children, or just let it go? You're going to get, Tammy, you're going to get a response. Not from, I think there must be like 3. You're going to get a response from a male. And it'll be good for you. It'll be like very healing for you. But the other ones, I want to say they've got their own issues. That's all I'm going to say. They've got issues. So, but you will hear from one of them. Okay. So I would, it'll give you some healing. Okay. All right. So, all right. Go ahead. Anything?
Mary Cox asks, my daughter is pregnant. I believe that she's going to have a baby boy. Do you think she will have a boy or a girl?
Okay. So hold on. A boy. Does she have a girl yet? Because there's a boy and a girl. So I want to say they're in that order maybe. But yeah, it's a boy and then a girl, I believe. Now, remember, I want to tell you something. I predicted my granddaughter that was going to be a boy. And my daughter told me it was a girl, and her name is Ezra. And she is the biggest boy. Like, no, like I'm not being sexist. I'm saying she climbs. She's a holy terror, and she's got male energy. And so I pick up on male energy and female energy. So if I miss, a lot of times they'll say, well, this person is kind of feminine, or this person is kind of masculine. I pick up on that. So that's kind of what I do. But okay. Let's see what we get. Will I be okay, this is Caitlin. Will I be engaged soon to my current partner? Will I be married one day to them? It's going to be a while, but yes.
There you go. Ida, our good friend from the Netherlands, says, Lana, will my prenuptial agreement be the way that I want it to? I'm feeling I'm taking a huge risk with marriage, but I feel like I can't delay it any longer. We have been together for almost 7 years.
It's not going to be what you're going to have to give in quite a bit and meet in the middle. And you're not going to like a couple things that are in there, but it'll be okay. And yes, and you, Ida, yeah, because I think you're going to be married, because you got kids yet?
She's pregnant now, remember?
Oh, was that her that was pregnant? Oh, okay. That's right. I forgot. Yeah, I was going to say you're going to be pregnant really soon. I couldn't remember. I could feel it though. Yes. And by the way, your kids, you're going to have like 2 or maybe 3, and they're really close together, like a year and a half or less, like a year apart. I mean, they're not far apart at all.
There you go.
So I'll just let you know. Okay.
There you go.
All right.
Veronica asks, do you think the state I'm living in is going to hold me back from what I want for myself? And I don't.
So the question is it you need to leave? Do you see my Veronica? Make it clear. Same thing
Yeah.
on TikTok. You guys had to. I'd have a million
Is it a
people
mental
watching.
state? Is it a mental state or a physical state?
Yeah. So
Yeah.
hey, hi guys. Oh, I got a couple of my students on here. Make sure you guys are being very specific with your
Yeah.
questions. Don't say what's up for me in 2022. I can't do that. There's too many people watching. Now, if you were to call me and I can concentrate on just you, that's a different matter.
Yeah.
Okay, so just remember that.
So
Right.
Anne follows up with her question about her daughter in the medical field. She works in the medical field now, but her dream is to be a doctor. So I wonder if she's going to achieve her dream.
Okay, there we go. Okay, Anna, I still say she's going to do something different. Something slight, but it's in the doctor, like it's in that platform. But it's not, it's still taking a job. She wanting to be a specialist. Maybe that's what I'm picking up. Do you see my point? Because she is a healer. So either any way she does, she's going to be working in the healing field. But like I said, I think that it's like, see, what is she? Does she want to be? Because when I think of doctor, I think of a general practitioner, and I don't think that's what she's going to do. I think she's going to be maybe it's a specialist. I'm not sure, but there's just like a little jog in the road there. Okay. Oh, we're going to miss you as a teacher. Oh, I know, you guys. I know I miss you already. I promise I'll come into my classroom.
Welcome in and get your homework done. All right. Yeah, Kelly Jess Furman says, should I start my manifestation coaching business?
Yes. Sooner the better. You've already got a couple people that want coaching from you. You knew that, right? Kelly, you got a couple people. You got like 2 or 3 people waiting. Are you going to get certified? I think, or have you been? If you have a mentor, there's somebody that's going to help you with everything, by the way. Okay. All right. Will your daughter do well in school? Yes. Does your daughter have a little ADHD or something going on? Because I want to say that she's bright, but she can't get it out right. Like she can't so she would really, really benefit from Montessori. Okay. Just to let you guys know. All right. Let's see.
All right. Desiree says, I just finished a work contract and now I'm looking for the next thing, but feel a little lost. Do you see what the next opportunity will be? I am a Pisces sun and a Sag moon.
Ooh, can't get any better. We just talked about this. Now I'm looking for the next thing to feed it. I feel a little lost. You see, you have when it will be. Do I see what it will be? I don't see what it'll be, but you're going to get it in April. Go now. Start applying now. Start looking now. You're luckier than heck. Trust me, with the Pisces and the Sag in there, people have a tendency to watch me if they've got similar signs. She's actually literally she's turned. And I have a friend that is a Pisces sun, a Sag moon, and a Sag rising. And we're really, really good friends. And because we get each other. And I think that's why you guys are all watching me, probably have very similar signs. Some people are like, well, no, I'm a Scorpio. But I bet you you're one of my signs. I can guarantee, I bet you, or you're a Cancer. Now, a Gemini or a Cancer are my opposites. So there's a lot of Geminis also that a couple of my best friends are Gemini. So, okay, just that you guys get it.
And then quickly, Veronica says, yes, I need to leave the state I'm living in.
Oh, yes. I was going to say, yes, you do. You have something already waiting for you and you need to go now. I would say by June, you'll be leaving with the opportunity. And I want to say it's an opportunity of a lifetime, Veronica. So do it. Okay. Do myself and my boyfriend needs to split. It's gonna linger. They're gonna have head on for a little while, and yes, you will eventually. I want to say, but it's amicable, and you have a chance to get back with them later. There's something else going on that has to be worked out with that. Okay.
All right. We got a minute to go here. Shelby says, am I meant to be a trusted astrologer myself after studying with an astrologer I followed for more than a decade, or will it continue to be a hobby for me?
Shelby, come on. If you've been studying it that long, you're studying longer than I have. You should be. Do you know what your sign is? If you're a Sag, by the way, Sages are normal, natural astrologers. I don't know why they of all the signs of more than any other signers have Sagittarius somewhere, Sun, Moon, or Rising. So okay, and I do want to say you have psychic ability also, Shelby. You should be combining that with your astrology because I do. Okay, I combine because I know something's happening, but I don't, and then I look at their astrology and I'll say, oh, okay, I get it. So that's something that you else should be doing. Okay. All right. So I think we're done, guys.
There's the music. Everyone, thanks for tuning in to Metaphysical Meanderings this week. If we did not get to your question, please feel free to jump out to www.enchantedsky, and you can book a reading right there,
Yep.
which is fantastic. You can also sign up for Enchanted Sky University and join her class on spiritual awakening. So,
We're only 500 today.
for all of us here, 216 Annette, thanks for
Bye,
tuning
guys.
in and have a great day.